Hey guys, it's Yugi Team FMM, and I wanted to start a new segment called Deck Discussion. This is going to be a new segment that will talk about the new decks in the new meta, whether it be new decks or even old decks that are topping, like YCS Toronto, and just other stuff that's been happening in this meta so far. This meta, as we've seen in YCS Toronto, is generally older decks and maybe some rogue newer decks, maybe some tech newer decks. But mostly just older decks, maybe from last format and past formats, that are starting to do well because pretty much Inzectors are gone and Chaos Dragons are gone. So it allows for other decks to thrive more. The first deck that I really want to talk about in this meta is Dino Rabbit. I don't have any other cards, to be honest, from the Rabbit deck. I just have Logia, which is a pretty good example of what Dino Rabbit really does. In the recent ban list, they did get touched. Tour Guide went to 2, and Rescue Rabbit went to 2. I feel like I know this is a hit. It makes the consistency a little more. It makes the deck a little bit more inconsistent, but at the same time, it doesn't hurt it so much that the deck is unplayable. As you can see in YCS Toronto, if you saw the matchups in top 16, I think there were 2 or 3 Dino Rabbit decks, so they were still clearly doing well. I know it was like a really standard builds, but at the same time they're still really good because they can still get this guy out and they can still get Dolka out. So the fact that they can get that card out, these cards out first turn, second turn, is amazing. His card is really broken. It's just a Solemn Judgment with 24 body. But Dino Rabbit is still a very viable deck in this format. If anything, people might start playing the Jurek Waiba build a little bit more, but at the same time people might be reluctant to because of the influx of heroes and Dark Worlds, where Guaiba really can't get over unless you really do use Lance. But in general, the Guaiba build is actually very good because it is an instant Logia or Dolka, if whatever you need. But I feel like Dino Rabbit players just have to be very skilled now to know exactly what they really want to do, and because the deck is a lot slower, to be honest with you. Tour Guide is a lot more inconsistent, and so is Rescue Rabbit. But you're at least glad that Sangan didn't get hit. But deck discussion episode 1, Dino Rabbit, still a very good deck. Still a very good deck in this meta. Still very played, and will still do relatively well. But to be honest, I don't think it'll ever win again. These new decks, these rogue decks, especially Windup's fucking doing well again. But yeah, Dino Rabbit, still a good deck. It's episode 1.